Chapter 101. As Alex and Kirlia were celebrating their victory, Misty slowly walked towards Alex with a bitter expression. When Misty put out her hand, Alex accepted the handshake. When Alex said, "Good fight," Misty simply gave a hollow smile. She said with a cold expression, "You are really shameless." Alex didn't answer her. Although she was right, Alex thought of her as a loser who can't accept the fact that she lost. When Alex saw two staff members putting a podium with 3 seats in the middle of the arena, he smiled. Junichi followed the staff with a neutral expression. Erika came into the arena with a microphone in a small closed wooden box. After a short speech to calm down the spectators, she asked all 3 participants, Junichi, Misty, and Alex, to go on the podium. She took out a bronze medal from the wooden box and hung it around on Junichi's neck. Together with the friendly words from Erika and the applause from the audience, a good atmosphere was created. Then she took a silver medal out of the wooden box for Misty. She also kindly comforted Misty, who had just lost. The audience also applauded loudly for Misty. In fact, it was a good deal louder than Junichi's applause. When Erika put the gold medal around Alex's neck, the whole stage was full of loud applause. All stood up in the spectator seats and cheered loudly for Alex. The achievements that Alex showed in this tournament were unprecedented. Most people don't even imagine to be able to do what Alex has accomplished. Alex, who was weaker than 5 other participants, managed to win this tournament, which impressed all spectators. You could hear the shouts for Alex's name in the arena. Alex, Alex, Alex. The fireworks filled the sky, celebrating the winner of the tournament. This tournament will go down in history and will be remembered for a very long time. And the person responsible for that was none other than Alex. Quote. And with these words, I officially conclude the Kanto Rookie Tournament. Thank you, everyone, for all the support you have shown to all of us. After Erika's long farewell speech, the camera team stopped filming Erika. Most of the spectators also slowly began to leave the stage. When Erika noticed that most of the audience had left, she said with a smile to the 3, "Haha, that was tough, wasn't it? Ah, I have to give you the reward. I almost forgot about it." Alex just smiled at her statement. He could now understand a little better why Erika is so popular with the audience. The kind aura she was emanating was indeed soothing. Erika led Alex, Misty, and Junichi to a large room where Professor Walder and 3 Pokegeeks are in the incubator. Professor Walder looked at the 3 participants and smiled. Congratulations on reaching the top 3 in all of Kanto. These achievements are greater than you might think because the alliance is very important for talented trainers like you all. But let's talk about your reward right now. We got 3 royal Pokemon eggs from strong Pokemon from the 3 different famous professors. The 3 Pokemon are Torchic, Totodile, and Bulbasaur. You will get to choose the Pokemon in the order of your rank. First, Alex, then Misty, and lastly, Junichi. And if you don't want the Pokemon, you can instead choose another reward. Alex, if you please. Alex, who heard the 3 options, began to think intensively about which of these Pokemon he would like to train most. Each of these Pokemon has pros and cons, so there is no obvious choice. After several minutes of intense thought, Alex picked up the Torchic's Pokemon egg. Alex thinks that Torchic is probably the best option for him, as he doesn't have a fighting or fire-type Pokemon yet, and he just likes Blaziken as a Pokemon. Blaziken is just a monster in damage dealing. It also has a very high ATK and SP, ATK, which makes it very difficult to defend against his attacks well. When Alex chose his Pokemon, Professor Walder brought out a small box with a red fire symbol. Although only the first place gets this extra item, the professor had prepared 3 different items for each Pokemon just in case Alex chose another Pokemon. Alex took the small box with a curious look. He wondered what kind of reward the first place in this tournament would get. When Misty's chance came, she immediately chose Totodile as her Pokemon without any surprise. And Junichi, who knows that he can't train grass-type Pokemon, chose another reward. He got the very rare and expensive expert belt from Professor Walder. This reward is not necessarily worse than a normal royal Pokemon, but Alex, who saw it, couldn't help but shake his head. The royal Pokemon of this tournament are definitely the elite of the royal Pokemons. So Alex found it stupid not to pick a Pokemon. Before Alex could go, Professor Walder invited him to talk about Pokemon. Of course, Alex didn't miss the chance to make friends with an influential person from the Alliance. Alex chatted with Professor Walder about various things related to Pokemon. Both realized very late that they had been talking to each other for several hours. Both exchanged their contact details before parting. Alex, who came out of his shower, looked happily at his Pokemon. They were curiously looking at the Pokemon egg in the incubator on the table. Although Alex already knows which Pokemon is in this egg, he didn't want to take away the surprise from his Pokemon. As he sat down on his chair, Alex got the small box he received today and opened it. In the small box, there were 3 large red scales that radiated warm energy. There was also a message. 3 scales from a famous professor's Charizard. Each of the 3 scales was inflicted with the fire energy of the Charizard for a week. Famous professor's Charizard, Professor Oak maybe, doesn't matter anyway. At dinner, Alex and his Pokemon sit in their respective seats with happy expressions. Even proud Pokemon like Scizor and Crobat had a little grin on their face. Everyone was very joyful that they managed to win this tournament, and there was a festive mood around the table. Alex believed that it was probably most important to Crobat even if he didn't show it. He knows that the defeat in the Team Rocket Rookie tournament had hurt Crobat deeply. Alex was happier for Crobat than he was for his own victory. While eating, Alex also looked at all the messages he had received from other people. He received congratulations from Lisa, Brand, Steven, and Maria. He smiled a bit when he saw the message from Maria. "So, are you famous now?" Alex dialed Maria's number and hit the call button. After hearing that Maria took the call, he said with a smile, "Hey, are you free tomorrow?" Chapter 102. Alex was waiting at a bank in Celadon City. Before the date, he had bought new clothes to look a little better. He also wore a soft scarf to protect himself against the cold wind. He also had his hair cut and styled. After looking at his more refined look, Alex suddenly felt a lot more handsome. Although he asked her out on a date yesterday, Alex wasn't very sure if she would agree. He was the one who was actively trying to build the relationship, and Maria has shown an indifferent attitude until now. Alex wasn't sure what Maria really thought of him. Alex sometimes wished he could read Maria's mind to make it easier for him to understand her. Upon the exact agreed time, a 16-year-old girl with dark red hair, blue eyes, and a voluminous figure came. She wore a light blue top, which goes very well with her eyes. Although this girl was gorgeous, no men showed interest in speaking to her because of the scary cold aura oozing out of her. It looked like she was going to kill anyone who dared to speak to her. Alex walked towards Maria with a smile. "Hey beauty, are you here alone?" Maria turned to see Alex looking at her with a smile. She said with a cold expression, "Alex, can you stop with your bad jokes? You're quite harsh to your date partner." "Date partner? This is not a date. Come on, you know why I invited you here today. Can't you be a little more honest?" Maria, who heard this, had an unresponsive expression when she said, "Let's go to the restaurant, that's as great as you say." Alex shook his head with a smile when he heard her reply. "Let's go. We'll be late." Alex led her gently around town. The way he was so smooth that it made Maria look at Alex with a suspicious expression. "The way you are so natural in this that it makes me think you have done it many times." Alex immediately understood what she was trying to say. He gave her his classic cheeky smile and said, "But you are the only person for whom I am wont to do it." Maria, who heard his blunt answer, couldn't help but blush for a moment as her cheeks puffed up like a little frog. But she quickly came back to her senses. "As if I will believe that." Alex, who saw her natural reaction, showed a bright smile. "You will soon find out if I'm telling the truth or not." "What does that mean?" Maria showed a confused expression. "You'll see." Maria suddenly noticed that Alex was holding her hand the entire time. "Hold on, why are you holding my hand like it's the most natural thing to do in Terabang?" She looked at Alex with a cold expression. "I can't." Can't you read the atmosphere?" Alex gave a confused expression when he heard this. He couldn't really understand what she meant by that. Then he noticed something and said with a little grin on his face, "Even though you are saying that you didn't tell me to release your hand." Maria gave a short smile when she heard Alex's answer before going back to her cold expression. "Let's talk about something else. I heard you got 3rd place in this tournament." Alex, who is now in the public eye, is not so stupid to speak the name of the tournament here. "Yes, I only came 3rd. Why do you ask?" Alex saw her annoyed expression and said in a sincere tone, "You don't need to be annoyed for losing against those 2 monsters who were groomed by their strong parents for their entire life. I would feel better if I didn't hear this from you. After she said that, it suddenly got colder as a cold wind flew in their direction. It's cold. Alex, who saw that she was feeling cold in her attire, immediately took his soft scarf to wrap it around her neck. Then he said with a smile, "Can I score bonus points for that?" Maria showed a small playful smile. Definitely not with that bad joke. Alex noticed that Maria was opening up a bit more to him and smiled as they slowly walked to the restaurant. Alex and Maria stood by one of the most expensive and best restaurants in town. Maria saw how expensive this restaurant looked like. Isn't it too expensive? It's not a lot of money for us trainers. And I am the one paying. You can forget that. I'll pay for my own food. Can't you give a man his dignity? Paying for a woman's food is your honor. No, not for every woman. Only for you. Maria, who heard this, became quiet and walked into the restaurant with a red face. Alex, who saw how he can persuade Maria, showed a smile. At the reception, a young woman around 20+ age, with a professional suit and a friendly business smile, was standing there. She had brown hair, and a large bust where Alex had to suppress his instincts to look at it longer. "Hello, my name is Alex Stark. There should be a private dining room reserved by my name." "Yes, you are exactly on time, sir. Please follow me, I will guide you to your room." When Maria and Alex followed the woman, Maria asked, "Why did you reserve an entire room? Doesn't it cost too much?" "Hee, to impress yourself this much is worth it. Do you think I'm a woman that you can buy?" Alex suppressed his instinct to agree in a funny tone. "What, of course not. I'm just trying to upgrade the date. After all, this is my first date with you. You're not going to get anything out of that praise, you know. Do you think I'm such a perverse person?" Maria just looked at Alex with a look full of doubt when she heard this question. Alex remembered his first meeting with Maria and stopped talking about this topic. Chapter 103. Maria and Alex sat in a beautifully decorated dining room and waited for the food they had ordered. Alex learned from Maria's choice that Maria likes sweet things. She also seems to like pistachio ice cream very much, as she was glad to know that this restaurant offers this type of ice cream. Alex just ordered a steak for himself with the same ice cream as Maria. "So what are you going to do after this tournament?" Alex asked. "Yesterday, Sister Lisa gave me my one and only order to become an elite trainer within 1 year. Oh, I just remembered that you don't even know that I am working for Lisa now. You now also work for Executive Lisa. And why are you calling her Sister Lisa? As far as I know, you are not sisters. We just have a good relationship. Besides, she likes it when I call her like that." They both ate and talked for an hour in a quiet room with soft music playing in the background. Alex and Maria talked about a lot of different things like Pokemon training, family, hobbies. Through these conversations and the conversations Alex had with Maria when they trained together, he now knew a little more about Maria. Maria, who was given to an orphanage by her parents, grew up without a family. She was already interested in Pokemon, so she read as many books as possible about Pokemon. When she reached the age of 16, like Alex, she was kicked out of her orphanage. The Alliance only pays for children up to 15 years of age, so the orphanages usually throw out children when they become 16 years old immediately. She didn't want to tell Alex what happened after that, which confused Alex a bit. But he didn't force her to speak regarding it. When the waiter came into the room with the bill, Alex quickly paid for the meal, so Maria couldn't say anything. Maria looked at the bill in Alex's hand. She quickly grabbed the bill from Alex when he wasn't careful. 50,000 Pokédollars for a meal. Alex just smiled and said, "It's not very expensive if you factor in this room." Maria gave Alex a quick look when she said, "Didn't you tell me that you were an orphan too? Did you lie to me?" Alex showed a puzzled expression on his face. "Can't orphans get rich? As a Pokemon trainer, it's easy to get that amount of money." Maria irked after listening to Alex. "Although I have more money than regular trainers, the amount is not much more than you spent on a meal. You don't look like a stupid person who would give almost all of your money for a meal. So you must be quite rich. Handsome, talented, funny, and rich. Wow, you really hit the jackpot, Maria." Alex said it in a witty tone. Maria just looked at Alex with her sharp eyes when he said that in a witty tone. Alex would have thought that she didn't like this statement if he hadn't seen how she smiled a bit when he said that. Alex and Maria walked out of the restaurant and slowly walked in a particular direction. Maria didn't ask where Alex was taking her. After a short silence, Alex said, although I don't know much about you, I really enjoy the time we spend together, like this date. Maria slightly smiled before she said, yeah, this was quite fun. You really are not as bad as I thought the first time I met. She laughed after remembering the first time she met Alex. Alex, who also remembered his first meeting, said with an embarrassed tone, can you please not mention that? Maria, who found something to tease Alex, just smiled maliciously. Maybe, maybe not. After a while, Alex and Maria reached a beautiful place where you can watch the sunset together. Alex held Maria's hand and watched the sun go down together. This created a romantic environment around them. Maria and Alex suddenly looked at each other at the same time. Both said nothing as their faces slowly approached. When Alex was just about to kiss Maria's lips, Maria kissed Alex's cheek and pulled her head back. Then she said with a smirk, do you really think that I'm such an easy girl? Alex, who heard this, briefly showed a frustrated expression. Then after calming his mind and thinking about it a bit, he said with a smile, well, at least it shows me that someone is also interested. Maria blushed for a moment after hearing this. After that, she made a stoic face as she took out a Pokeball. A Pidgeot nearly 2 meters tall appeared in front of Alex. Shortly before Alex could ask where she got this Pokemon, Maria climbed on her Pokemon and flew away. Alex saw how Maria made a nice exit, couldn't help but give a wry smile. As Maria flew away, Alex looked at the information about her Pokemon. Pokemon, Pidgeot, LV, 33. Type, normal, flying. Abilities, keen eye, gender, female, potential, shallow gold, moves, tackle, sand attack, gust, mirror move, quick attack, wing attack, roost, whirlwind, agility. Innate talent fly E, innate talent roost, innate talent hyper beam. TM protect, TM facade. Is that one of her new Pokemon? I have to ask her next time how she got such a Pokemon. Usually, it is not easy to get a gold Pokemon. Maybe it was deep silver before upgrading to gold. Anyway, I'll ask her next time. As Alex slowly walked towards his hotel, he heard the ring tone from the TRH device. When he saw that it was his executive Lisa, he immediately picked up the call. Hey, Alex Tilda, I have good news for you. Oh, and what could be that? The boss wants to see you. Chapter 104, Pewter City, Team Rocket Underground Base. Alex went to Lisa's office, accompanied by Brand. Brand talked to Alex about various things while they were walking. For example, Lars seldom leaves Lisa's office, and that Lars apparently got a relatively valuable Pokemon from Lisa. When they were only a few meters from Lisa's office, Brand turned around and said to Alex, okay, it was nice to talk to you. I'll be going then. After that, he walked away quickly. Alex saw how afraid Brand was of Lisa and smiled a little. Even though Lisa is a crazy, sadistic woman, she's not that bad if you know her a little bit. At least for Alex, Lisa is not as bad as the rumors say about her. Although that is probably still relatively bad. Brand stopped after walking a few meters. He turned around and said to Alex, Alex, I have one important tip for you. Don't forget to knock before you enter Boss Lisa's office. After saying that, he immediately continued walking further away. Though Alex noticed that his walking speed was faster than before. Alex, who saw this reaction from Brand, knew that Lisa must have done something to Brand to cause such deep fear. He swallowed hard as he looked again at the door of Lisa's office, which was started to look very demonic in his head. I'm starting to react like Brand. There's no logical reason for me to be so scared, right? Did I sell my soul for a few valuable items? Alex went and knocked on the door. After a few seconds, he heard the words, come in. Alex, who opened the door, saw Lisa sitting on her office chair at her table and watching him with a bright smile. Tilda, here is my little lucky charm. Alex, who heard this name, showed a confused expression. Is it because of my performance in the Kanto tournament? Lisa replied smilingly, no, I didn't give you this name just because of this Kanto tournament. Do you remember when you got the reward for being the first rookie who conquered his Pokemon? Alex felt confused but still nodded. Do you know that I was in a relatively bad mood because you weren't as cute as I was hoping? Without waiting for Alex to answer, she continued with a smile. Because why, you were so tough, I was in a bad mood. So I went outside to relax a bit, and when I flew with my Firo over Viridian Forest I found something special. Can you guess what did I find? Lugia, Oh Tilda, I like smart kids. Yes, you're right, that in this tournament is the reason why I'm sure that you are my little lucky charm. Then she started praising Alex. Alex Tilda, this time, you really outdid yourself. The talent you showed in the Kanto rookie tournament really impressed the boss. You are really. Lisa, who praised Alex for several minutes, seemed like a big sister, praising her little brother. Alex, who saw how friendly Lisa was to him, couldn't help but think about his stupid thoughts a few seconds ago. Okay Tilda, let's talk more later. I don't want to keep the boss waiting. Then she took out a Pokeball and called her Alakazam. Are you ready? Alex nodded and looked at the information about Lisa's Alakazam. He wanted to see if something had changed in the last 2 months. Pokemon. Alakazam. LV. 50. Attributes. Psychic. Abilities. Inner focus. Gender. Female. Potential. Shallow gold. Moves. Disable. Kinesis. Teleport. Eat. Psybeam. Ally Switch. Psycho Cut. Recover. Psyshock. Role Play. Future Sight. Innate Talent. Substitute. E. Innate Talent. Reflect. Innate Talent. Psychic. E. TM. Fire Punch. TM. Ice Punch. TM. Thunder Punch. TM. Hyper Beam. TM. Light Screen. ETM. Protect. TM. Calm Mind. Alex, who saw that Lisa's Alakazam is now on the shallow gold rank, wasn't surprised at all. Lisa, who can produce psychic-type items, poor Lugia, and is promoted, will now have many ways to improve her Alakazam. Although it is considerably challenging to improve a Pokemon after gold, Lisa should have no problem bringing her main Pokemon to the shallow gold rank with her resources. What really surprised Alex is that her level has gone up so slowly. After almost 2 months the level only increased by 1. Alex, who saw this, could now understand why some famous trainers say, elite rank is the beginning. Alex, who was lost in his thoughts, teleported out of Lisa's office. After Alex was teleported from Lisa's office, Lisa looked down and said softly, carry on. Ah Tilda, good boy. Alex suddenly appeared in a large and beautifully decorated hallway. This hallway looked very classy and of high quality as many beautiful pictures hang on the wall. There were only 1 elevator and 1 door at the opposite ends of the hallway leading to the outside. Alex, who was teleported just a few meters in front of the high-quality door, could imagine that the boss was waiting for him behind this door. Without thinking further, Alex knocked on the door. Come in. An imposing voice came from inside. Alex gulped and opened the door in front of him. A middle-aged man with a short haircut was sitting at his chair behind a large bureau table. Next to the man was a large Persian who was passively being stroked by the man. Chapter 105. Pokemon. Persian. LV. 59. Type. Normal. Abilities. Technician. Gender. Male. Potential. Deep Gold. Moves. Bite. Fake Out. Eat. Growl. Scratch. Bite. Taunt. Eat. Payday. Feint. Fury Swipes. Screech. Swift. Eat. Power Gem. Slash. Nasty Plot. E. Assurance. Captivate. Innate Talent. Shadow Ball. E. Innate Talent. Thunderbolt. E. Innate Talent. Hyper Beam. M. TM. Protect. TM. Facade. TM. Rest. TM. Roar. TM. Toxic. TM. Hidden Power. E. TM. Double Team. TM. Aerial Ace. TM. Giga Impact. TM. Thief. TM. Substitute. TM. Sleep Talk. Alex thought after seeing this, is this really a pet and not a Pokemon of an Elite Four member? The fact that he has 7 expert moves and 1 master move is just monstrous. No wonder Giovanni doesn't have a bodyguard around him. Who needs them when you have a monster sitting around you? Giovanni saw Alex making a shocked expression when he saw his Persian and showed a satisfied smirk. This smile quickly went away and was replaced by a dignified expression. Alex Stark, right, sit. Alex, who heard this, sat down immediately without thinking much. He didn't want to accidentally offend Giovanni and make a poor impression. Giovanni took the report that was on his table and looked at Alex like he was analyzing him. Alex Stark, age 16, no living relatives, lived at the Van Orphanage in Pewter City for 15 years. He paused briefly before continuing with a neutral expression on his face. Talent value, 88 before, but now uncertain. Intelligence, very high, but difficult to assess. Loyalty, unknown. Mental state, stable but difficult to assess. He stopped talking for a second before continuing. Pokemon. Crobat, estimated level 35 to 38, estimated potential S. Scizor, estimated level 35 to 38, estimated potential S. Kirlia, estimated level 30 to 33, estimated potential S. Ditto, estimated level, estimated potential. Shieldon, estimated level, estimated potential. After he had said that, he looked at Alex, who was getting more and more nervous. Giovanni said with a little smile, impressive. Along with this, the way you won against Mason, Junichi, and Misty, who were stronger than you, really impressed me. Alex tried to keep a calm expression when he said sincerely, "Thank you, boss." Giovanni gave a friendly smile when he said, "Why so serious? I just want to find out a little more about you by reading this list. Do you know that I am particularly good at reading other people when they lie? This skill is one of the reasons why I reached the position where I am today." Alex didn't know whether Giovanni was speaking the truth or not, but he didn't really want to find that out. "By the way, you shouldn't think that I can't handle the truth. As long as you're not an Alliance spy, I can promise you that I won't harm you as long as you really tell me what you're thinking. Are you ready for my questions?" Alex, who has an indifference for Team Rocket and the Alliance, knew that Giovanni wouldn't have any particular problem with that fact. Knowing the personalities of his direct subordinates, Giovanni should be a very friendly boss as long as you are useful and don't exceed his line. There is a reason why he is so popular among his subordinates. When Alex nodded, Giovanni asked, "What is your attitude towards Team Rocket?" Alex wanted to say positively but didn't risk lying to Giovanni. "Neutral." Giovanni only nodded to this answer. Giovanni knows that no one would be instantly loyal to him. Loyalty takes time to build. He can take his time to make sure that Alex is faithful and useful to Team Rocket. "What is your attitude towards the Alliance?" "Neutral, but with a slight contempt." Giovanni, who heard this answer, showed a friendly smile as if he knew that Alex was telling the truth. "Good, very good. Do you know how rare it is that I get such a talented newbie?" Alex, who suddenly felt a friendly aura from Giovanni, let out a deep breath. This pressure really wasn't easy to bear. "Thank you, boss, but I know that I'm still quite weak." No need to be humble around me. I know that you got your first Pokemon only about 2 months ago. In my estimation, you will probably become an elite trainer in a month or two. If you manage to become an elite trainer within 4 months, you will be even faster than me. Alex smiled slightly and thanked him for his praise. Giovanni suddenly got serious again and said with a neutral expression, "Unfortunately, you made a small mistake by winning this tournament." Alex thought for a few seconds before saying, "Are you talking about the Alliance, boss?" Giovanni was nodded with a stern expression. "Yes, now that you have won, the Alliance will check whether you are really a normal citizen trainer or not." Alex, who overheard this, made a serious expression when he said, "But how is the Alliance going to find out?" Giovanni, who heard this question, showed a little smile. Of course, they have no way to find out immediately with 100% certainty. Also, the Alliance takes its time to check several things. But if you are actively trying to find a high position in the Alliance, they'll ask you questions in an interview. For example, they will ask you where do you get your money for your Pokemon food, training items, and valuable items in general. Normally, they will not ask where you got your Pokemon from because many catch their Pokemon from the wild, which is not surprising. Not to mention, you don't have a super rare Pokemon species. Alex replied in a confident manner, "Boss, I've already thought about an excuse." Giovanni raised an eyebrow hearing this. "Oh, tell me about it." Alex knew that Giovanni probably wanted to test him with this. "I made a very influential friend, to whom I did a favor. This friend rewarded me with many valuable items. I will say that I got the money from these items. The statement that I have an influential friend and that he gave me valuable items for my help is true. Only that I sold the items for money is not true. But this statement is almost impossible to check." Giovanni showed a slight expression of disappointment when listening. Although it sounded relatively good, it has one major flaw. "Is that your plan?" Alex understood why Giovanni was disappointed when he said with a smile, almost, "Boss. If the Alliance tries to verify my statement, they will find out what is wrong with it. They will likely ask how I got money before this. And I will only answer that questions with the words, like every other trainer, and refuse to answer any further. After all, I am not a criminal, so I am not obliged to answer. Most trainers get money from missions in the Alliance or from selling Pokemon on the black market. Although the Alliance prohibits the sale of Pokemon without permission, it's more of a gray area than an actual law." "Oh, I see. Trap within a trap. Pretty good plan. Thank you, Boss, unfortunately, I have a problem. Some Team Rocket members have seen my face that makes it unlikely that the Alliance will trust me. Although the testimony of low Team Rocket members is not worth much, it is still very suspicious if more than a few members say it. Giovanni smiled when he said, well, I can do something about that.